What's up, YouTubers? It's me, Jin Duofan, with a couple other things I wanted to share. And yes, these are also my belongings, but I've actually bought these from Barnes and Noble and that stuff. And and I'm kind of sad that they closed Borders. They had really good stuff there, but But back on topic, I want to share something. I got Hayate Combat Butler, volume 17. Hold on, 17 through through 20. And what I'm doing is I actually will share like one of my favorite spots. So one of my favorite chapters with you. But I'm only gonna share one chapter per volume. Uh, there's some of them that don't really can coincide with the story. So I prefer calling them filler chapters, just like filler anime episodes. And I believe the one I'm looking for, yeah, is I believe they call it episodes in the manga, but it's the fifth chapter in in 18. This is my favorite chapter in the English manga so far. It's because Maria actually starts off going to the mailbox and gets all these advertisements from pizza to sushi, illegal loans, private investigators, information on new PCs, all that stuff. And apparently there's an on call maid service, which I don't really know what the on call means, but I know what maid service is. Anyway, um, she begins pondering if these things will if will boost the advertisement's businesses. And then she stumbles upon a letter for Hayate. Hayate is the name of the character, the main character, the main male protagonist. And apparently, like mostly all harem animes and mangas, the protagonist is always oblivious to girls that like him. Well, if you read so far in the manga, and probably past this, this is just my favorite chapter out of the manga I own out of the series. And she realizes that this junk mail is actually, she thinks it's a love letter. That's what she thinks it is. But it's she then ponders and says it might just be another ad, and but she then goes to Hayate after because she realizes it's a real one, and and I quote, "I smell the scent of a lovely girl," and that is kind of creepy because normally you wouldn't smell letters don't smell like anything but paper or envelopes. So obviously that girl or man that sent the letter actually put perfume or cologne on it. But I think it's perfume because it smells like a girl, obviously. She decides to give it to him, and at this time, Nagi is who's one of the main female protagonists, and and Maria, who was just who found that the letter is actually the maid, the only maid in the only maid and that are that is co-workers with Hayate and is a sibling motherly figure for Nagi. And Nagi is like, how can one use a Google Street View to commit crimes? And that is kind of weird how she would think that. And then Hayate's like, why must you say much such disturbing things? And I don't want to, like, it says Ojo-sama, which means mistress, but I'd rather go with mistress, so you don't get confused. And apparently she's trying to come up with plots. Now she's trying to come up with plots for a new manga, which apparently not everyone thinks that it's her manga is great. Hayate once even thought it was just a picture diary, because it looked kind of kiddie-ish. But like for instance, she had this one character whose face looked like a man, but she had pigtails and all this, and she looked very buff, muscular, and it just looked weird. I could find it on the internet and probably post it on a video later, but I don't like the picture of it. It kind of reminds me of the Fist of the North Star, the main character of it. But anyway, um, Hayate then mm, um, um, agrees that you can see faraway places in surprising detail. Then Maria steps in and and tries to get Hayate to go in the kitchen with her and tells him about the love letter. And Hayate thinks at first that she wrote it, Maria wrote it, and and she tells him what happened, how she got it. And Hayate's like, how should I turn her down, Maria? And and then she picks the fourth wall. If you know what the fourth wall is, um, good for you, because it's kind of like saying stuff that like for instance you talk about um an anime character or a manga character talks about a different thing in real life. Like for instance someone talks about the World Trade Centers being rebuilt again. I mean, but I'm not like trying to be offensive or anything. That's a pathetic example. Like they would say real life things. They would use real life things as a reference, and they would break the fourth wall. Even talking to the audience. Dora the Explorer does it all the time. She talks to the audience. That's one of the other ways how to break the fourth wall, I believe. Anyway, Maria says after 2 panels after receiving it, you already decided. When and she's asking him, "Are you gonna really turn her down like that?" And he's like, "Yeah." And and Maria's like, "Maybe you should meet her and just to see what she's like. If she's cute, it might not be a bad idea to go out with her." And he's like, and she's like, "Don't you think so, Hayate?" And then apparently he's like, "You really think I can pull that off?" And then she gives him a stonewall and says, "No, not really." Seriously, how should I turn her down? He continues. This is the first time I've gotten something like that. And she's like, is that so? Mm, and Maria, he's asked Maria, and he deduces that she's even had her an amount of love letters, and she says, well, I certainly received MASH notes in high school, but had the son of indecency about them. And here's a picture at the bottom of this page. Hold on, let's see if I can get it there. That's Hayate, here. That's Hayate. That's Maria looking at as a child. She was really young. Apparently, she was adopted as a maid to be with Nagi. That's how the story went. Hold on, I'll be right back. I have to close the door. Sorry about that. People are like putting groceries away, and they just came in. My dad's came in, so yeah. So anyway, and when they open the love letter, um, they decide to open the letter, and then when they do, I'll show you what it looks like. Um, that one, right? This one. It's really hard to point it out. This one. It's kind of hard when you're in reverse, when you're looking at them at the screen and it does this. And apparently they like, and they're like, and then, and apparently she's not, and Maria's not even looking at it. See, Maria's right there, and she's not even looking at it. She's looking directly. It looks like she's directly looking at down at her feet or something. And apparently they make a cameo of Mikuru Asahina, and that's really weird. When Mikuru Asahina from Haruhi actually wearing her maid costume. I'll show you a picture of it. Let's see if I can pull it off. Right here. And you think I should meet her, or end up being handcuffed to a radiator or someone? Don't ask me. How should I know? That's Hayate speaking first, then Maria. And and Hayate says after discovering that there's a return address, should I send her a rejection letter? And she's like, Maria's like, I think so, but do it as delicately as possible. And then Nagi happens to overhear the conversation, and I wonder if that's the right thing to do. And Heidi's like, huh? And then Nagi continues saying, she's a yandere. Yanderes are like psychopaths. This is stating from what I know. Yanderes are kind of like psychopaths that actually would kill they kill people for for their affections from the one that they target as their loved one. It's kind of like it's kind of like Tsundere, but more outgoing and more violent and deadly. If you watch Mirai Nikki or the ending episode of School Days, you would know. Sorry if I spoiled it for any of you guys. Um, and she explains, an excess chick, you just need to control her. She continues. And Hyde is like, I don't want to control her. And then she's like, it happens on other manga. Here's how you should you should. Here's the only part you should send her. And here's what Nagi writes. I don't know where you got this talk about love, but and then capital letters, get stuffed. I'm pretty sure that means go away or something like that, but I'm not sure. And then she mails it, and then and apparently Nagi has a crush since the second chapter, I believe, of the series. Because the first chapter was all about Hayate and Santa Claus, I believe. But then Hayate, I mean, she's like, that'll teach her to hit on my high takers. And it's kind of obvious that she likes him, but he's just really, really super oblivious. And apparently, he's been in the anime. He's been confessed probably a lot of times. Hinigiku did it. Ayumu and um Luca and Fina, I believe, did it. But yeah. Anyway, I believe Izumi, not the ones with pigtails, not the kind of exorcist looking shrine maiden girl. Her name it's kind of confusing because they have the Z and the S on both of them on either one on one or the other. But it's I just when I speak about her, I say Saigo no Miya-chan because it's more more not confusing. And and then automatically once she turns around, there's a creak in the mailbox, and and another letter comes out, and then they comment with terror so fast, and and yes, that's what she said later on. But no, that never happened. They never put it. That's what she said. But I just wanted to add that. Dude, and then Hyde's like, these are some serious yandere powers. And then there somehow they say somehow things have escalated, seem to have escalated. And I'll show you the picture of the new letter. It's in the middle with the blood. That's actually blood. That's actually blood. And he's like, what should I do? And then and she's like, we have no choice. It's now that it's come to this, we need to strike it back with a classic romantic comedy trope. A what? They both say that. But then, apparently, well, they end up making a false date where Hayate and Maria go on date. And apparently there's some cross-dressing involved and embarrassment. And, and it's really funny. But a lot of people start looking angry at one point, but basically they do this to stop the yandere, and that's I believe it's halfway through that chapter, but apparently that's it. That's pretty much it. They go on a date, and other characters see him and decide to go on a vacation because it's almost the holiday season for I believe spring or something, called Golden Week. And there's a bunch of other ones, but I'm gonna save off on the other three volumes for later. Catch you next time.